It was a cold winter night in Delhi. The streets were wrapped in fog and the air carried a faint, invisible dampness. Neha stepped off the bus, adjusted the collar of her coat, and exhaled a cold breath. She had an interview the next morning, but she needed a place to stay for the night. At the reception, an old wooden board swung slightly, Hotel Sapphire Residency, since 1978. As she walked inside, the mixed smell of damp walls and old perfume surrounded her. The receptionist, a man in his 50s, said without smiling, "Single room, ma'am." Neha nodded. "Room 203 is empty," he said, handing her the key. "But people don't stay there very long." Neha laughed. "I'm only staying for one night." She assumed it was just something people said about old hotels. She didn't know the creaking of every step she climbed was about to change her night. As soon as she stepped into the room, a cold gust hit her face. The window was shut, yet the curtains swayed gently. The bed had white sheets, but a thin layer of old dust lay on them. On the table rested an old diary with golden embossed letters. Aarav Mehta, 2016. Curious, Neha opened it. The ink on the first page had spread slightly, but the words were clear. "If someone finds this diary, please don't leave room 203 before 2 a.m. Neha chuckled. "So dramatic. Must be someone's prank." But a small knot of unease formed inside her. She thought, let's read a little more. Aarav Mehta was a journalist, curious by nature. The diary said he stayed here to report on a murder case. A girl had died in this very room 3 years ago. People said it was suicide, but Aarav didn't believe it. Every night he heard strange sounds, walls whispering, shadows in the mirror, and knocks on the door. On one page he had written, "I came here seeking the truth, but maybe the truth is more alive than me." And in his last entry, "If I'm not alive tomorrow morning, understand." She came for me. Neha's hands turned cold. She checked the clock, 1:47 a.m. Outside, the wind was howling, but the window was still locked. Thak, thak, a soft knock. Neha leaned closer. Someone was there. She opened the door. Nobody. Absolute silence. She turned back and saw the diary lying on the floor. The pages were flipping on their own, as if an invisible hand touched them. The pages stopped at a line, greater than, "Now it's your turn." Neha's heartbeat raced. She reached for the switch, but the power suddenly went out. The entire room drowned in darkness, only the wind outside and footsteps, slow, approaching. With trembling hands, Neha turned on her phone's flashlight. The beam hit the mirror, and she froze. A faint face was emerging on the foggy glass, a girl's. Wet hair, empty eyes, blue lips, a face full of nothingness. Below the mirror, someone had scratched, "Leave 203 before it's too late." Neha tried to unlock the door, but it wouldn't budge. The latch was shaking on its own. The room felt alive. She heard a soft sob, very soft, very close. "Why did you come here?" Neha spun around but saw nothing. Nothing but the mirror. And behind her reflection, the same girl's face, now smiling. The next morning, when the receptionist opened the door, the room was silent. The bed was neatly made. Her bag and clothes were untouched. Only the diary lay open, and on the last page a new line had appeared, 30th October 2025. Neha Sharma. She is at peace now. The man shut the diary quickly, whispering, "Another one gone." 2 years later, Hotel Sapphire Residency appeared in a new blog, Haunted Hotels of Delhi. The blogger wrote, "When I stayed in room 203, I saw a girl with wet hair and a faint smile. She said, 'No need to be afraid now, I'm here.' And then she dissolved into the air." He ended by saying, "Who she was, nobody knows, But people say room 203 is quiet now because Neha lives there, not to scare anyone, but to protect them.